Hey, welcome back to Socialette. This is episode 450, and this is the last of the couple of behind the scenes of my last launch episodes that I've been doing lately. Now, today's episode, I'm talking about 5 things that I'm starting to do now so that I can prepare for my next launch of Launch Magic in May 2022. So, the very first thing that I'm doing is reviewing my last launch. I know that the last thing you probably want to do after you close doors on your launch, and I certainly don't really want to do it, but I know that it's magical, is review that launch. So I look at the numbers, I look at the content, I look at what worked, what didn't work, so that I can learn from it. I can understand better what do I need to do next time to make this launch more impactful, more effective, convert better. The second thing that I do that's super, super, super important is I survey the people who didn't buy. So everyone who is on my email list who clicked through to the sales page and didn't sign up for Launch Magic, they get a survey asking them a couple of questions about why they chose not to join Launch Magic. And in response, if they answer the survey, for each person who answers the survey, I donate $5 on their behalf to a charity. This time around, I chose the RSPCA. So I survey those people, and you might think it's a little bit strange, a little bit awkward asking people, why didn't you buy? But the insights that you get from the people who didn't buy are a million times more valuable than the insights you get from the people who did buy. Because when you know why people didn't buy, it allows you to tailor that messaging in that next launch. It allows you to create content in that next launch that addresses those hesitations that these people had so that then when you launch again, they're ready to buy from you. The third thing that I'm doing is I'm creating and implementing my new audience growth plan. So, a little while ago, a couple of months ago, I taught a workshop called Boost Your Brand's Superfans, which was all about growing your audience and turning them into fans. And in the midst of my launches and everything that's been going on, I forgot about my own audience growth plan. So I teach in that workshop, I teach how to create your audience growth plan. And meanwhile, I'd completely forgotten about my own audience growth plan because I was so busy doing a million other things. So, a big focus for me right now is getting back into my audience growth plan and really doubling down on how I can grow my audience between my launch now and my next launch in mid 2022. And don't worry, I know that a few of you are a little bit sad that you missed out on Boost Your Brand's super fans last time. And I'm planning on taking that content, expanding on it, and turning it into a course because I've seen that there is a big gap in the market for people who are looking to grow their audiences between launches or before their very first launch. So I will be turning that workshop into a course and releasing it in early 2022. Number 4 is tweaking the content that is inside Launch Magic. So even though I've already taught Launch Magic twice through, I'm tweaking the content that I'm teaching again to make sure that this round of students gets the absolute best possible results. And as part of that, I'm listening to their challenges. I'm in the community, I'm hearing what they're saying and constantly updating the content as well as the messaging that I use within Launch Magic when I'm launching Launch Magic. All right. Then the fifth thing that I am doing to prepare for my next launch is I'm starting to think about what processes we need to put into place to make that next launch even more successful. So, this is the first launch where we've had a slip up that could have been really, really, really bad. It luckily wasn't super bad, but it was a tiny little slip up where 55 people accidentally received all 13 of my cart open emails in one hit a week before cart opened. And it's really interesting because it was a complete oversight on my part. And it was a big sign that I need to improve communication with my team, how I communicate and how I delegate. And that we also need some kind of quality control process to stop the wrong things going out at the wrong time. So that was a really good wake up call for me. And a reminder that, yeah, I do need to have these processes in place, even though it's not the first time we've launched, even though everything's been pretty fine and dandy till this point, there's still that need for those processes, especially as the launches start to scale a little bit. All right, that's it for the 5 things that I'm starting to do now to prepare for my next launch. If you have any friends who you think would benefit from Socialette, please do give them the heads up about this show. If you haven't already hit subscribe, make sure you do so you don't miss any new episodes released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's it for today. Thanks so much for listening. Catch you next time.